Now at 5, Pittsburgh State University hosts an event intended to inspire the next generation of women in business.
President-elect Donald Trump is speaking out as his nominee to lead the Pentagon faces a battle in the Senate. I'm Erica Brown on Capitol Hill with more on Trump's reaction to the controversy surrounding Pete Hegseth.
And farmers brace for a year of losses without the help of a new farm bill.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Pitt State hosts the first ever She Means Business conference today. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Tanya Bach. The event, sponsored by the Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce, featured inspiring speeches from women entrepreneurs and business leaders. The event included networking opportunities for like-minded women to connect and share how they overcame roadblocks as women in business.
It's uplifting. It definitely builds your self-confidence and your own self-worth, your own self-knowledge, like, oh, I do know this, and I am capable of doing this.
The conference ended with an award ceremony celebrating the achievements of women in the community. Well, meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, temperatures today were closer to average. We started to see a bit of a warm up today, though we started off cold, 19 degrees early this morning. Now, as we head into the rest of the weekend, we're going to continue to warm up. We do have a southerly breeze, winds gusting up to 15, 20 miles per hour throughout the rest of the evening and through the weekend. Temperatures right now in the mid 40s. We're going to continue to drop down to the mid 30s for our overnight low, so not so bad compared to 19 degrees, but winds will continue to gust. We can see 12 mile per hour wind gusts in Joplin, 15 mile per hour wind gusts in Pittsburgh. So winds are going to continue to gust over the next couple of days ahead of a front that's going to be moving in on Monday. Outside of that, we've got some cloudy days as we head into the later end of the weekend, but I'll have a full forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Arkansas lawmakers are sounding the alarm in support of farmers statewide. On Monday, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders joined 16 other Republican governors in signing a letter that demands a new farm bill from Congress. The old farm bill passed in 2018 and was set to expire in 2023 before Congress extended it 1 year. However, the extension has also now expired. Arkansas Farm Bureau Representative Brandy Carroll says the cost to grow crops has risen significantly higher than commodity prices, and farmers desperately need help.
Farmers are projected to lose quite a bit of money this year. In fact, we are looking at a 25.5% estimated drop in net farm income year over year.
2018 Farm Bill offered a protection called reference prices, meaning if the price of a crop dropped below a certain amount, farmers would get paid to make up the difference. The problem is the current reference price those programs are based on were set 15 years ago, and they do not adequately reflect the current cost of production. President-elect Donald Trump is standing by his controversial pick for Secretary of Defense. Plus, CBS News has learned President Biden is considering issuing preemptive pardons for some of Trump's biggest critics. Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill, where one of the names floated for a potential pardon is speaking out.
President-elect Donald Trump spoke at an event hosted by Fox Nation in New York Thursday night ahead of his visit to France this weekend, his first overseas trip since winning the election.
We're going to be more respected throughout the world than ever before.
But it's what he said in a social media post Friday that's reverberating on Capitol Hill, bolstering his embattled pick for Defense Secretary, former Fox News host Pete Hegseth. Trump wrote, "Hegseth is doing very well. His support is strong and deep, much more so than the fake news would have you believe."
Fighting, we're ready to go.
The 44-year-old decorated Army veteran has been trying to shore up Senate support amid a barrage of questions this week about his past, from allegations of financial mismanagement to sexual misconduct and excessive drinking. Hegseth says he's a different man than he used to be.
This process has been a very good one, despite all the noise on the outside.
Until Friday's post, Trump had remained largely silent on Hegseth in the wake of the allegations against him. Multiple sources even told CBS News Trump may have been considering alternatives.
My mind is completely open.
And CBS News has learned that President Biden is considering issuing preemptive pardons for some of Trump's biggest critics. The names being floated include Dr. Anthony Fauci, California Democratic Senator-elect Adam Schiff, who led the first impeachment effort against Trump, and former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who campaigned against the president-elect. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, the president-elect heads to France this weekend for the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. It'll be his first overseas trip since winning the election. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky will also be in attendance for the event. Well, still ahead, technology in the cafeteria.
Meet the first robo-chef on a college campus. I'm Cristian Benavides in Miami with how one university is taking student dining into the future.
But first in Health Watch, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are tackling the rise of obesity and diabetes in the United States, saying ultra-processed foods are the main culprit. Topping today's Health Watch, health officials at Riverton School District advised parents this week about a case of whooping cough. Now, whooping cough, also known as pertussis, can spread easily from person to person by coughing or sneezing. The school district has confirmed one known case, and symptoms can include cold-like symptoms followed by 1 to 2 weeks of coughing fits. Officials recommend the pertussis vaccine due to the easily transmissible nature of the infection. Well, Americans are increasingly noticing their medical bills creeping up and their claims denied, and they're angry about it. Recent KFF polling shows the #1 cause of bankruptcy in this country is healthcare-related expenses. They're also top of mind after rent, groceries, and transportation costs. In the past year, 1/4 of American adults have either skipped or postponed healthcare because of the price tag. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says she's seen more claims denied.
We're also seeing now is increasing use of AI by the insurance companies to deny claims, and then you have competing AIs being developed by healthcare systems to fight the health insurance AIs.
If you find your claim denied, first of all, you should collect all of the paperwork you can to make your case. Review very carefully what the statements are that are sent to you and see what your doctor can do to start filing an appeal. Dr. Gounder recommends both patients and providers should speak with their elected officials and push for change. Well, cancer screening and prevention has saved nearly 5 million lives over the last 50 years. A major study by the National Institutes of Health found mammograms, colonoscopies, and other cancer screenings are having a big impact. The solution that saved the most lives, quitting smoking, which has prevented nearly 3.5 million lung cancer deaths. The Senate Health Committee tackled the topic of rising obesity and diabetes in the United States and what's to blame during a fiery hearing with FDA officials. Chair Senator Bernie Sanders says the FDA is not treating the issue with the urgency it demands. CBS's Natalie Brand spoke with him and has more.
Senators grilled the outgoing leader of the FDA on why more hasn't been done to address rising rates of diabetes and obesity in the United States and what research has shown is the link to ultra-processed foods.
Much of what we try to do, frankly, gets blocked.
FDA Commissioner Dr. Robert Califf suggested his agency needs more resources and laws from Congress to combat legal challenges brought by the food and beverage industry. Senator Bernie Sanders has compared it to the fight decades ago against big tobacco.
We have an epidemic of obesity, an epidemic of diabetes. People are getting sick, people are dying. Our lifespan is lower than other countries.
Sanders wants to see front-of-label packaging, which would warn about products with high sugar, fat, or sodium, a change that's been under review since last year. Lawmakers also asked about strengthening the review of chemicals in popular foods.
Califf was talking too about research not being shared between the food industry and the public. Can Congress do something about that?
You know, we want to know what the impact of ultra-processed food, of high amounts of sugar, are on human health.
For its part, the consumer packaged goods industry said in a statement it's committed to protecting access to nutritious, affordable, convenient, and safe food.
If we take the issue seriously, it means confronting the industry.
Senator Sanders says this should be a bipartisan issue that he hopes gets increased attention with the next administration. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Well, during the hearing, FDA officials also hinted a decision could be announced in the coming weeks on whether it will ban red dye number 3 in food, which California moved last year to ban over health concerns. Well, dark chocolate may lower your risk of type 2 diabetes. Researchers found people who ate at least 5 servings of dark chocolate a week had a 21% lower risk of developing the blood sugar disease. And the more dark chocolate they ate, the risk lowered even more. For people with food allergies, flying can cause a lot of anxiety. A study by Northwestern University found many allergic folks worry airlines will not honor allergen buffer zones or provide allergen-free foods. Many also don't disclose their allergies because they're worried about the reaction they'll get. Food allergies affect more than 33 million Americans. That's a look at today's health news. A little later, time for dinner. We take you to a campus that's among the first in the nation to implement a robot chef that can prepare upwards of 600 meals a day.
And after a cold week, we've got a warm up as we head into the weekend. I'll have those details coming up. Well, we've had a pretty cold week. This morning we started off 19 degrees. Let's go ahead and take a look outside at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Now, clear skies and warmer temperatures this afternoon, and as we head into this weekend, temperatures right now still about 43 in Joplin, 41 in Pittsburgh, 43 in Chanute, 46 in Sedan. So we got up to mid to upper 40s across the region today, but we've got a southerly breeze and those winds are going to continue out of the south for the next couple of days, all weekend long, really. So if we're taking a look, we've got a few clouds moving into the area, but overall we're going to stay mostly clear for the next couple of days. We've got this low pressure. It's cut off in the southern part of the U.S. It's going to start to rejoin with the upper level flow as we head into Sunday, but you can see it's giving us a little bit of a ridge right over our area for the weekend where we do see those temperatures really warming up. So for overnight low, yesterday we were dropping down through the 20s and into the upper teens, but tonight we're really only getting down to the lower 30s, not below freezing. Clouds will continue to increase. We've got some morning clouds and winds start to pick up as well. Now temperatures tomorrow reaching the upper 50s. So it's going to be a pretty nice warm day tomorrow. Sunny skies across the area, 58 in Joplin, 57 in Pittsburgh, 60 in Parsons and Independence, 61 in Sedan. So we're getting to those upper 50s and low 60s. And then as we head into Sunday, about the same upper 50s across the area, anywhere from 57 Joplin, Pittsburgh, Fort Scott, 59 in Chanute, 55 in Jay and Bella Vista. So anywhere from the mid to upper 50s will be there on Sunday, and that kind of sticks around for Monday as well. So for the next couple of days, we're going to be mostly warmer. Now, winds are going to continue to pick up as we head into Saturday, well, tonight and into Saturday, 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts throughout the entire weekend. Again, out of the south, because we've got that cutoff low that's far out in the west, nothing really changes for us all weekend long. We do have clouds continuing to increase as we head into Sunday ahead of that front, and because we've got these wind gusts out of the south, we are going to see that wind shift line as we head into Monday, and that's when that low pressure finally moves off to the east. We get this wind shift line and a bit of a drop in temperatures as we head into Tuesday. Now, let's see if we're getting any rain chances with any of these. So on Sunday, we do have a little bit of a warm front moving in, but just south of I-44, we might see a few showers, especially on the Arkansas and Missouri side, but really that's about it. Clouds in the Missouri and Arkansas side as well, but if you're out in Kansas, you're going to be mostly sunny all day on Sunday. Now those clouds do clear out. Monday is looking all right until we get into the morning hours. Cold front starts to move in. Dry cold front though, but it does have that wind shift line that's going to be moving through. Mostly cloudy skies, but again, dry cold fronts. We're not getting any rain chances on Monday. Unfortunately, no rain, at least not until we head into next weekend. But temperatures do drop. 43 on Tuesday, 41 on Wednesday. Overnight lows back into the 20s. But we warm up again in the 50s, upper 50s, and even low 60s by next weekend.
A little bit of change in there.
It's a little bit of a warmer stretch there compared to all our days that we've been in the teens for overnight lows. So it's a nice change of pace.
And lows in the 40s will be very nice.
It will be.
All right. Thanks, Lindsay. Well, coming up, we take a peek at what could potentially be the future of student dining. Topping today's Consumer Watch, student dining on college campuses may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of innovation, but one Florida university is taking students into the future. CBS's Christian Benavides reports.
At Miami's Florida International University, there's a new chef serving up meals in the dining hall. Bistro is the first robot chef on a college campus. Denise Castillo is Senior Director of Dining and programs her recipes into the machine.
We have chicken Alfredo pasta, sweet and sour chicken.
The kitchen starts the day prepping the ingredients. When a student makes an order, Bistro loads up a pan and places it on a stovetop for cooking. There are 4 that can run at the same time. The food is ready in just a matter of minutes. It's then up to a human worker to dish it out and hand it to the guest.
The same way that you create a chicken Alfredo for your house, I build the recipes for Bistro.
Bistro prepares about 600 meals per day, with new recipes loaded into the machine every 2 weeks.
This is not the only place using this type of technology. A handful of restaurants are using robots to make pizza. White Castle is testing one to cook French fries, and many places have robots that help deliver food. Absolutely. Roger Clegg is FIU's Assistant Vice President of Business Services.
It's been a great win for our students and the student experience.
So how's the food taste? We got mixed reviews from students.
It tastes like it's been heated up, but it tastes fine to me.
Delicious. It's really good. The pasta's nice, cooked. The portions are more exact. Everything's a little bit more like measured.
The staff has taken a liking to the machine.
I'm a Latin person and we call it Robotina.
Robotina is the name Spanish television gave Rosie the robot in the Jetsons.
It's bad manners to leave the table until after you've had your dessert. There now.
Bistro comes without the attitude. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Always thought Rosie had a little attitude. Well, according to rankings by niche.com, Florida International University is among the top ranked colleges for student dining, ranking first in the state of Florida and 14th nationwide. Inflation. That's the reason why you've been paying more for your burrito bowl from Chipotle. The fast casual Mexican chain says a 2% rise in menu prices was necessary to offset an increase in prices for ingredients. Chipotle says ingredients like avocados and dairy are now more expensive for them to buy. In October, in its third quarter earnings call, the company said its food, beverage, and packaging costs were nearly 1% higher than a year earlier. Final check of the forecast is next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, we go on the road with a story of brotherly bond. See how one man transformed the life of a star rookie NFL player. And then on KOAM News at 6, we look into a surge in RSV cases and steps you can take to keep your family safe this winter. Plus, an Arkansas community fights back against crypto mining. And Lamar football plays in the state football championship game. We take you there. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Celebrate the person who serves and crafts your favorite drink. That's because the first Friday in December is National Bartender Day. And they are the people who have that encyclopedic knowledge of a long list of drinks. Not only that, bartenders are typically well prepared to chat it up with their customers. They're kind of like counselors. So today's the day to toast your bartender and maybe leave a little extra tip. And it's also the season to maybe make some eggnog drinks.
I was just about to say, so I went out to dinner one time and I had the best eggnog ever, and it was this bartender's special recipe. He quickly gave it to me. I didn't have enough time to write it down. That was his little joke, but oh, it was so good. I still think about it to this day.
We'll have to try to
remake
that for you sometime.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I have to wait till it gets a little bit colder because right now we're up in the upper 50s throughout the rest of the weekend. We do have a couple of cold days Tuesday and Wednesday. But we're back into the 50s and even 60s. Like it's not December.
Hey, if you guys have noticed that there are a ton of toys behind us, well, we want them to grow, the pile, more and more. Yeah. Our Toy Box campaign is underway, and we're going to be collecting toys. Make sure you go online if you want to look for a drop-off location, or you can bring them out here.
Definitely.
All right, thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and of course, we'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6, and we'll see you then. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.